What is going on with y'all, man? In this video, how to stop stressing about bills and finances. So first things first, understand that it's two types of stress: eustress and distress. Eustress, EU stress, is positive stress. It's basically taking a negative situation, something you don't like, something you don't want, something that's fucking with your emotions, and you turn it into, okay, this is good for me. This is positive. Working out, making cash, creating, producing, disciplining your mind. It may not be easy, but it's positive stress. Distress is stress that roots you in your lower emotions, and this is usually just stemming from fear. So it's frustration, anxiety, depression, things that's making you sad, angry, upset, scared. That's distress. And 9 times out of 10, when you're dealing with finances in this world and you may be a little late on your bills, you may have a little bit more bills than money at the end of the month. That's okay, because in this system that we all sign up and participate in, that's just the name of the game. That's just the cost of admission, bills and finances. So the word financial and finance, it literally stems from the etymology finish, meaning to settle a debt. So what we call financial freedom is basically having enough money every month for your passive assets and income to be generating money for you to be able to pay your bills, your finances. You're technically finished with your bills before the end of the month even start. Now, the word bills is derived from this ancient Babylonian pagan god, Baal, B-A-L. I just want to give y'all the history, want to give y'all some backstory about this financial economy, commerce, money situation that we're in. Mind you, this is the real money, your truth, your mon eye, your one understanding, your objective wisdom and understanding and knowledge of truth in this game. Actuality, not reality. Reality is everyone's singular, subjective own world that they live in. Their truth is singular and subjective to their reality. And then you have truth, objective, actuality. So that's why I like to separate cash, dollars, and USD, the physical currency and value, gold, versus this spiritual, non-physical value, mon eye, truth, one understanding. So again, we tie it all back to history. Baal, this demon god, this Taurus god, this horned deity. This is Baal, the bull. It stems from the age of Taurus. When you trace the zodiac wheel all the way back to Moses getting the 10 commandments, that was symbolizing the world transitioning into the age of Aries. Then you get the age of Pisces, which we've been in for the past 2,000 years. Now we're shifting into the age of Aquarius, the age of information, the age of understanding. So again, Baal is bill. You go to work, you trade time for money, you go to your job and you get bills to pay bills. Bill is everything that this world is all about. They have this world just manipulated, mind control, into worship the physical, the material. And that's what Taurus represents, is the material realm, the material world, the physical. So that's where everybody is in this world, and that's what we're all clinging on to. That's what everyone is obsessed about. I had a thought recently that a lot of people in this world have a material disease, whether it's dealing with inanimate objects, clothes, cars, cash, or an obsession with people, an obsession with controlling people, being around people, needing to help people. It's a material disease or a material obsession. But you can't damn near call it a dis-ease, because if it causes dis-ease in your mind and your emotions and what you're doing and what you're dealing with, then that's the problem. So that's why I want to bring this perspective to y'all, so you can stop stressing, worrying, being sad, anxious, down, and angry about bills. Because the scale of money goes up to like hundreds of trillions of dollars. And the Queen of England and those that really rule the whole money system and fund wars, they're the ones with the most capital and money in this planet. So when it comes down to you, no matter how much money you're working with, ultimately, no matter how much your monthly bills and expenses come up to, you need to relax. You need to be grounded. You need to be okay and sure and secure in your root chakra. Ultimately, it is the first level and base of Maslow's hierarchy to keep a roof over your head, some clothes on your body, some food in your body, and some, shelter, water, food, all of those physical grounded attributes. So again, not stressing about it. Ultimately, you must release. You must release the anxiety of not being on time with certain payments, not having the amount of cash that you think you need, not falling victim to the traps, because really it's just demons. Really it's just archons. Yo, landlord, the lawyers, all of the police in this world that just do their job is just a hierarchical system of satanic mind control that's dwindling down to you, that is basically has you in a stronghold of, if you don't pay the cash every month, the monopoly dollars, then some bad shit is potentially going to happen to you. Now, of course, we did sign up for it. You know, you got car notes, you paying your rent, you got memberships, subscriptions, fees, all of these things. So this is, in a sense, me tapping in with financial literacy, as I said I wanted to, continuously, but it's really about all of us getting aware. It's all of us and whatever collective that I have and that you guys fuck with me for. I want y'all to be aware. Be aware of all of the bad and fucked up crazy shit that could happen to you in this world, including your finances, your bills, and your money. So one thing that I know that we can all tend to do is ignore, right? And I'm big on not ignoring. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm big on staying aware and knowledgeable of truth, right? I don't want to put that negative assertion in. I'm big on being aware, knowledgeable of truth and what's going on in this world. Ignorance is the enemy. So again, being ignorant of cash and money and finances and savings, fucking interest rates, what's the other word? They stack on to late fees. Is it just interest? Late fees. That's really what it is. Late fees. So to be aware of all of that shit helps. To be diligent with your money helps. But to also not fall into distress. That is the true key. Because this is a duality world. So you're going to fall into distress or eustress. Whatever your financial situation is, you literally want to alchemize it into eustress. How can I be stronger? How can I be better, more wise, more prepared, more ready to handle this situation, and more prepared for the worst, more prepared for the best? Be prepared for both scenarios, because that's what this game of life will do to you. You must always stay aware and in control. And again, you minimize your stress by positively thinking about your situation, positively saying, okay, all right, a hit on the chin. It might have tried to knock me down, but I'm going to get back up, regardless of what the financial situation looking like, regardless of what my friends, family, financial situation is looking like, regardless of what the government is doing, regardless of what inflation is doing. If you're going to choose to participate in the system, then put your pants on and turn up. Stay 10 toes down and stay strong, regardless of what the outside circumstances look like. Because for one, I'll just be real. It's not likely that you'll really get straight up taken out of your home. It's not likely that they'll really come and repossess your car. You gotta be so late on payments. You gotta basically really ignore shit. You gotta really ignore all of the signs to manifest that in your life. So the archons, the demons, the negative energy, the negative spells, the feelings that you get internally from, emails that you may get, eviction notices on your door, fucking late payment emails, all of these type of things. Mom, dad, girl, husband, reminding you of some financial shit that you got going on. It's all just demons and archons that's fucking with your mind, taking your happiness away. So again, I want to make sure I let y'all be aware that life is not all about being happy. You don't have to be happy at every single moment. You can sit and settle in your anger. You can be mad about your situation. You can be mad and frustrated that you dropped the ball to whatever extent you feel like you dropped the ball, and that's okay. I want to make sure I'm not trying to polarize you and just thinking you have to be happy and think positive and see everything through a happy, positive lens. But once you see things through an angry lens, there's a such thing as positive anger as well. Anger basically rooted in happiness and not anger rooted in fear and sadness. So anger rooted in happiness means, oh yeah, I'm fucking ready and determined to change the situation. You got a psychotic smile on your face regardless of what kind of shit the outside world is trying to pile on top of you and your life and your emotions. Again, people that basically work in managerial supervisor positions of big companies, if they're not the owners of the companies, they're just mind controlled to do the bidding of their owners, their employers. Ultimately, the biggest example of that is the government not killing people. The presidents of nations, they do not kill, they do not cause war, they do not cause the violence and suffering of citizens on this planet. It's their military and police that carry out those physical orders. So the responsibility is really on the military and police. The higher ups, they actually dodge and swerve around karmic retribution, karmic debt, because they're not doing the physical actions. Really, it's just cause and effect. So, but they basically have a whole nother layer of not getting any negative influence back at them because they're not even doing the negative violent actions. They're getting other people to do it for them. So I relate that down to your landlord, to your property manager at your job, to whatever, your job, your manager is just working for his boss or his manager. Basically, this world has to bring the heart chakra down. This world has to essentially not allow people to elevate past the heart chakra emotions, not allowing people to cut slack and have compassion in this financial world. Now, again, it's a polar opposite argument on the side of the capitalists and the owners and the money makers, or the cash, dollars, spenders and investors, controllers of commerce in this world, basically saying, nah, pay the price. Nah, you can have money yourself. Nah, blah, 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 blah. And I get it. I sympathize with that too. I sympathize with there are no excuses. You make your bed, you lay in it. I really do live by that as well. Just on the financial side, I can relate to being a little bit lazy and ignorant toward my own finances. And then I know well enough about what it's like to be a little late on bills and having to do this, do that to get yourself right. But I want to let y'all know that if you let the negative thoughts and demons and bad emotions and words from other people, because you're going through a quote unquote low or negative financial situation, if you let that shit fuck with your head, then you have lost control. You allow outside entities to control you. You're wasting valuable time to transform and alchemize and keep a positive thought and mindset. So regardless of the situation, regardless of the outside circumstances, you just must stay completely in control. This too shall pass. One of my favorite quotes by Steve Harvey: we survive every bad day that we've ever had. So again, no matter what you're going through, no matter how tough it seems, if you know you're going to survive it, if you survive this long, if you're however old you are, and you just going through another trial and tribulation, another obstacle, how about instead of repeating the emotional cycle, because the physical cycles just repeat in different form. You're always going to have to pay something. You're always going to owe something. You're always going to be socializing. You're always going to be dealing with somebody. You're always going to have a negative or positive projection or perspective onto some things. So the physical cycle will always continue as long as you're in the body. And that goes into a whole nother argument of reincarnation. But do you want to stop the emotional cycle of how you're affected by outside things that you cannot control? Affected by the government shutdown, affected by missing a paycheck, affected by your hours at your job being cut short, affected by customers and sales in your business being a little bit low. Are you going to allow those things to affect you? Are you going to allow the fact that you can't buy the clothes that you could think you want to buy, or the clothes, or go to places or travel to places that you want? Are you going to negatively compare yourself to others that are allowed to travel extensively, that do have expendable cash? Are you going to be mad? Are you going to compare yourself? Are you going to get down? Are you going to get sad? Are you going to really let that rob you of your joy and your peace in this one life experience over some fucking monopoly money in a controlled satanic world that we do voluntarily participate in? A lot of us, though, young, started out in this shit. school, high school, grade school, parents, college, all of the things. It's like everybody around us is just an example of participating in the system and demonizing those that don't do well in the system. Homeless people and people that are living in poverty, it's something that's seen as less desirable. Hey, everyone does and lives differently in this world. Everyone has a different perspective. Everyone gets by differently, you know? So yeah. It's just, it's a huge thing that we all have in this world of making our problems maximum, maximizing our problems, our issues, putting a microscope on the little and small things that we go through in whatever little and small timeline that we're in. Whatever age you at, whatever month, like we're all in the same month, but like if you look at your life as a totality, you can easily smooth past whatever little hiccup you may be going through right now, understanding that this too shall pass. So again, not stressing over bills and finances. It is an internal and spiritual choice. It is an internal and spiritual perspective shift. It is something that will benefit you. It will aid you. It is something that a lot of people really can't control and master because, yeah, this world, everybody really just has so many desires and so much pride. But then when you're not meeting the level or standard that you set for yourself or that others are expecting you to meet, then you allow your own emotions to get bad. Again, your soul having a human experience. This game of life is crazy, fucked up, wild, and chaotic. And if you ask me, we're all vampires, meaning everybody is trying to either suck your energy, feed off of you, inspire some negative emotions into you, or inspire positive emotions into you, powerful strength emotions into you. But in a lot of cases, misery loves company. And the amount of misery on this planet that is underneath the happy face and the fancy name brand clothes be pretty real. People be pretty miserable. Whether they do have all their bills paid or got all the luxurious items that they want, it's still some type of emotional stress and turmoil and negative comparison and bad thoughts that people be going through. So that's the other thing to understand from the perspective of, you know, just paying your bills versus people that do have cash, understanding that the grass ain't always greener on the other side. It don't mean that your emotional problems is just automatically gone because you can spend more money. It just simply don't equate. You see celebrities going through drama, you see people crying, crashing out, screaming, and it's probably the magnitude of those feelings is probably a lot worse than you if you're unknown, if you just living and working a job and got your family and you not publicly sharing your life and your emotions and your trials and tribulations on the internet. It's probably a lot more minimized, the shit that you go through, how hard it may feel, how tough that pain may linger. And I think that's an extreme positive because the celebrities that we see, the athletes, the people that's going through public humiliation rituals, public shaming, all of the things that we see on the internet and social media with people that's high aristocracy in this culture, meaning upper middle class. You know, they may have all the luxurious items, may travel, may look expensive, may have followers, may look good, beautiful, flashy, name brand clothes, and the inside should be eating at them. I wouldn't trade that. I wouldn't trade that for building up from the ground up, staying true to my own path and consistency, not forcing, not rushing, not going out of my way, rolling with the punches, no matter how it come, no matter how hard you gotta go, no matter how you gotta start from the bottom and build up, and no matter how long it may take, because patience is a virtue. You got this whole world just impatient. Parents, family, friends, people on social media, everyone thirsty. Everyone with extreme desires to get more, to have more right now. Nobody just in the present moment, observing life, observing the system, observing the financial scheme of this world, observing the Ponzi scheme of this world, observing how we're already in communism right now in America, regardless of whatever you own, whatever house or car you own, you paying some type of tax on it, you paying some type of upkeep, some type of renewal, some type of fees. That's communism. That's not free market enterprise. It's the closest thing to free market enterprise that we can have on this planet, but it's still communism. So Yeah, if you have any government, any rulership, it's socialism, it's communism, it's all of that. So let's just make that shit perfectly clear and aware, and then you can free your mind from expecting anything peaceful to ever really occur on this planet. You can free your mind from thinking that people just one day will snap out of their misery if they haven't done the internal, spiritual, alchemical work. All right? Real shit, real shit, real shit. I know some of y'all may be living in y'all car. Some of y'all may be living with a parent. Some of you may be living by yourself and you not being able to have somebody help you out. It's okay. It's all on you. It is all on you to every single second of the day positively start to view your perspective, positively start to view your life through a positive perspective. You stress. This is alchemical tuning, frequency changing of how you're seeing and viewing your situation. No matter what it looks like, no matter how broke you are, no matter how out of shape, no matter how unhealthy, no matter how much acne you got on your face, no matter how much you don't like your hairstyle, all you have to do is at one moment, stop and say, what do I want? What goal, what direction, what do I want to achieve? What do I want to manifest? How do I want to change? How do I want to alchemize? Then just start viewing everything positively. Happy anger is really the new motherfucking secret sauce. Happy, positive anger, because we can change everything in our world and we will change everything in our reality through repetition and subconscious programming and staying spiritually aware of this game of life. Everyone around you is in Baal idol worship. The spirit is unknown. You must have faith in God. And that's just your higher self. But you having faith in a book, in some text, in some script, in another person, a pastor, a pope, that's Baal worship. And we'll leave it right there. But to those of y'all that may be going through any financial stresses, any stress about your bills, payments, end of the year shit, holiday season coming up, you not having the expendable cash, it's all good because this is a marathon, not a sprint. One day and 1 year, everything will snap for all of us if we choose. But ultimately, I want you to make that snap from viewing your life through sadness, fear, and distress, tuning it to eustress, tuning it to positive, happy emotions and affirmations and happy, positive strength, powerful anger about how much you will change at least. And at the very first step, your mental discipline of how you are talking to yourself, how you are seeing your life, what you're going through, and how bad you are perceiving your situation and yourself. No, goal setting. You are a God. You are a strong, positive human being that can do and change and will whatever to you magically. You can come up, you can boss up, you can get your strength up. Ultimately, you can be so mentally firm and composed and certain about yourself and life and your thoughts and what you're going through that no matter what on the outside circumstances, no matter what boyfriend or girlfriend is stressing you out, saying you need to be doing this, saying you need to change in whatever way, no matter what your parents is projecting onto you that fucking brought you into this world, no matter what your friends may be posting or subliminally posting on Instagram that's sending a shot at you, be still and be in control. It is a marathon, not a sprint. As long as you are focused on your mental discipline, doing the shadow work and keeping calm and not allowing yourself to fall into negative, sad, and fearful emotions. No guilt, no shame. Brazen courage and love and truth. High energy, high level anger, alchemization. I love y'all. Stay in control and stay godlike.